It genuinely feels like that I've lived more life in my fucking head, this oval, than I have in real life. And that realization I literally just had today. And in a way, it's really eating at me. Because, yeah, I'm still pretty young. I'm 21 years old. But to really understand the reality of me not living as much life that I should have lived so far is fucking insane to me, bro. I could literally die tomorrow. And I'm so wrapped up in my own head all the time. It's getting to a point now where I'm realizing this is so bad. And I think there's a couple reasons as to why this is. So if you're anything like me, you may be struggling with this as well. So I'm hoping that when I pinpoint these reasons for you, you can also maybe relate to them and then try and fix them yourself. Because I definitely need to fix this thing about me as well. Number one, it just stems from me being super ambitious. I think when you're super ambitious to the point where you have a bunch of what seems like these super out of reach goals, goals that if you were to achieve, it would be beyond your wildest fucking dreams to achieve them, but you still have enough self belief in yourself to really understand that you can definitely achieve these things, right? You see other people have the same things, you realize they're nothing special, and so you know that you can achieve these things, but at the same time, it seems out of reach. And that's the exact issue, is when you are in the pursuit of working towards these goals and you haven't really achieved any of them yet. That's when shit gets hard. That's when you get so wrapped up in your own head, when you start visualizing constantly about how good your future can get and how unideal it is right now, or whatever the fuck. You just start overthinking. You just start overthinking a bunch of fucking different things, and you think, wow, I'm gonna have this in the future, or wow, I'm not gonna have this person in my life anymore in the future, and all you can do is visualize because you really haven't achieved this thing yet. And so in that way, you're living more life in your head than you are in real life, because in reality your life right now is not as bad as it seems, but you're getting so wrapped up into these dreams, into building this dream life for yourself, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, but you're getting so wrapped up into this dream life, that's all you're thinking about, and you're failing to live in the present moments. So that's when it gets really difficult. The second reason as to why I think I've lived more life in my fucking head than in real life is because of social media. If you're like me, 21 years old, bro, we're young, we're impressionable, and you have to understand these CEOs, these founders of these fucking social media apps, bro, their entire life purpose is to make these apps as addicting as humanly possible. So it's so easy to get wrapped up into doom scrolling, into spending excessive amounts of time on these apps. And guess what social media is? It's a bunch of fucking highlights of somebody else's life. And in a lot of circumstances, bro, the highlights that these people are showing you aren't even fucking real. But guess what? You're seeing these things as reality for somebody else's life, even though it can definitely be exaggerated. You're seeing these things as realities of somebody else's life. And you're thinking, wow, why the fuck am I not there yet? Why does this person have this thing and I don't, when it seems like they're no special, they're no smarter than me, right? It's very easy to get wrapped up into thinking that way. And then you start to dwell. You start to feel bad about yourself. You start to think to yourself, okay, I need to work harder. I need to start doing this thing. I need to cut out this thing in my life. And again, you just get so wrapped up in your own head and you fail to live in the present moment, and you live more in this head. I'm telling you this right now, bro. Social media is one of the most destructive things that have ever been invented in our lifetime if you use it wrong. But if you use it right, it can change your life. So just use it wisely. And don't get me wrong, this message is also for myself, because I'm the one saying that I've been living life so much in my head and not enough in real life. And probably the third main reason as to why I've been living so much in my head rather than in real life is because I simply just fall off. I'm not gonna act like I'm this picture perfect person just because I post self-improvement content on social media. A lot of the videos I post, almost all of the videos I post, are messages, are videos that I also need to hear myself. And so I think that somebody else also needs to hear it. That's why I make a majority of my videos. It's either that, or it's either some lessons I've learned through a certain experience, or it's just something that's on my mind and that I want to rant about. I do still have my fair share of falling off. It gets really fucking hard sometimes when you're working on all of these big goals, you're not seeing the results you want to see. It gets really fucking easy to think to yourself, what's the point? What's the fucking point? And so when you get a glimpse of that mentality, that's when the falling off occurs. And not only that, just falling off in general as well, stopping to do that good habit and then picking up that bad habit that you stopped in the past, pretty fucking common for me, right? But I always tend to pick myself back up and get back on track. What I'm saying is that because I have my fair share of falling off, because of that, I'm always in my head thinking to myself, what the fuck are you doing, Ishan? What are you doing? You're so much better than this. You need to lock in. You need to start doing something else. I start to get too hard on myself to the point where, again, I start overthinking the fuck out of things. And then as a result of that, I live so much in this fucking head, bro, than I do in real life. If any of these reasons you were able to relate to, bro, please try your best to fix them. Because again, it's not worth living a life like this. Yeah, it's really fucking good that we're ambitious and that we don't want to live an average life and that we're so different from everybody else. But it does get to a point where it can become unhealthy and you get so wrapped up in here rather than out here. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I love you genuinely if you've made it this far in the video, and I'll see you next time.